Today, I'm going to show you how to create Madame Rosemerta's Oak Matured Mead in two versions, a prop version and a drinkable version. The things we will need to make our mead is 1 liter of boiling water. We will need 1 container of honey. This is 340 grams or 12 ounces of honey, and make sure it's a really good honey. This is the raw and unfiltered Nature's Nate honey, and it has a really great flavor. We will need a ½ teaspoon of ground nutmeg, ground ginger, and ground cinnamon. We will need 1 lemon and 1 orange sliced. And then we're going to need a funnel and a strainer, as well as the bottle we're going to put it in, and a wood spoon to mix it all. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our boiling water and we're going to add our honey and our spices to it. It's really important that you do this in a non-metallic pan, so if you have a tea kettle that you could boil the water in, or if you boil it in a glass Pyrex container like this, when you do it in the metal, it ends up picking up some of the flavors, and the honey tends to stick to your pan really weird, so it's best if you do this in a non-metallic container. So we're going to add all of our spices and mix that in. Then we're going to add all of our honey. And then mix that in really good until it's fully dissolved. And once it's fully dissolved, then we're going to take our oranges and we're going to squeeze the juice in, and then we're going to just leave the actual orange and lemon in there as well. Let's just kind of squeeze all that juice out, and then we're just going to put it right in there. And at this point, we are going to let this sit until it cools completely. And once it's completely cool, then we can go ahead and strain everything out of it, and we'll be left with our really great mead. The things we'll need to create our Madame Rosemerta's Oak Matured Mead prop is 1 glass bottle, and I'm using one that has a bale and trigger on it, but you could use a corked bottle, anything like that. It could even be one you recycle. We will need some rubbing alcohol, as well as a hot glue gun and a black hot glue stick. We will need a funnel to help with filling, and then I'm going to use a gold metallic paint and a taupe metallic paint so I get more of a warmer color to our mead, as well as our labels printed on sticker paper, and the link for this is in the description down below. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do for our prop version is fill it with alcohol. Then I'm going to take my taupe metallic paint and a little bit of my gold metallic paint. And then I'm going to close this. And shake it up. And as you can see, we get a really great gold, taupey, warm swirling effect in our container. The first thing we're going to do is take our little neck label here that says the 3 broomsticks, and we are going to place this onto the neck of our bottle. Next, I'm going to add my bottle label here. And then to finish it off, I'm going to top it with some black hot glue. And once we get our black glue on the top to look like wax drippings, there you have it, our prop version of our Madame Rosemerta's Oak Matured Mead. Another thing you can do if you want to have mead at like a party or something like that is to take an existing wine bottle that's filled with wine and then just cover the label up with our own labels. So then that way it kind of gives it a magical effect to be Madame Rosemerta's Oak Matured Mead. So just so you guys know, if you're not familiar with what mead is, it's actually fermented honey that has spices and fruits and things added to it. So I actually found a honey peach wine and I felt like that would be a really great wine to have as a mead. So we're going to go ahead and transform this bottle into a Madame Rosemerta's Oak Matured Mead bottle. And now our regular bottle is a Oak Matured Mead bottle. And if you use this for a party, once it's empty, you could then fill it up and make it a prop version, and it already has all of the stickers and labels on it. But it'll just add another element to, you know, maybe a Harry Potter party or New Year's Eve or Christmas or anything like that where you might celebrate with some spirits. Okay, so now that our mead has cooled, I'm going to go ahead and pull the oranges and lemons out, and then I'm going to strain it as I put it into my bottle. And I'm going to strain it with a reusable coffee filter. If you don't have one of these, you could just use a regular coffee filter, some cheesecloth, anything like that that will just get out any bigger pieces of spice, seeds, as well as any, of the fibers from inside the lemon or orange from when we squeezed it. Okay, and once we get our bottle filled, we're then going to take our cork and just cap it up. So the taste of this mead is kind of like a cider. It's got all the spices and things in there, except it's a little bit brighter because of the orange and the lemon, and obviously there's no apple in there. So the honey gives it a really sweet texture, and depending on the type of your honey, it'll kind of change the taste of your mead, because all honeys are a little bit different. So this one kind of tastes a little bit like a cider or a spiced mulled cider almost, and it's actually kind of reminiscent of our pumpkin juice as well. It has a lot of the same spices that are in the pumpkin juice, and the pumpkin juice has the peach nectar in there, so I kind of think the orange and the lemon mimic that a little bit, so it has a similar taste palette to the pumpkin juice, but it's a little bit brighter, and I think that's because of the citruses that are in here. So this would be great cold or warm, and if you'd like to make it alcoholic versus non-alcoholic like it is now, all you'd have to do is add a little bit of rum, bourbon, whiskey, anything like that, and it'll make for a really great alcoholic beverage. But in this form, you're able to serve it to kids or at a kid's party. It's really great. Warm, cold, anything like that. In the summer, this is a really nice kind of spice drink. You can add a little bit of mint if you serve it at the end, and it'll kind of give it a little bit more of a brightness. But yeah, this is a really yummy recipe, and I am pretty sure that kids and adults alike will enjoy this. So from here, we're going to embellish this bottle the same way we did our wine bottle as well as our prop bottle. Now that we have 3 different versions of one of Dumbledore's favorite beverages, there you have it. We have our version we made in the middle that is drinkable. We have our wine bottle version to the left and our prop version to the right. And all 3 of these would make a really magical addition to any party or event. If you guys like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And we will catch you guys later. Thanks so much.